My name is Aiden Mcfarland. I am a virtual assistant and business consultant specifically for artists and creatives. And I'm also a creative myself, working on some writing projects in conjunction with my partner for comics and fictions. Prior to joining the boot camp, I was definitely running around like a chicken with my head cut off, doing between my personal work and my project passion work and going all over the place and just feeling like there was never time and I was never getting anything done. And constantly stressed out and not feeling like I was making progress anywhere, even if I was, because I was just too busy to even see it or enjoy any of it. Coming into Lifehack Bootcamp, it was definitely Carrie and Demir's personality that really sold me because they were so personable. I have been a bit of a course junkie and I've looked for other things. And there's sometimes where like the spiel sounds great, but it still sounds like a spiel. And you're just kind of like, mm, but something with you guys, with Carrie and Demir, it's just like, no, it was a friend talking to me, and that made a difference because it made me more interested. And so I took the leap and made the call, like set up a call, and actually talked to Frida, and it was honestly the clarity that came out of that couple minutes of call from Frida kind of poking at my brain a little bit was like, well, this is something I have to make happen. If a couple minute phone call with an assistant coach is causing this much clarity, what would the full program do? Honestly, Demir's coaching style is 90% of why Lifehack Bootcamp works for me because he never feels salesy. He never feels like he's phoning it in. He is 100% honest with us. So if he is not doing well and he's struggling through a day, he'll tell us and we can help uplift him for once, which is actually kind of a rewarding feeling. It's honesty. And sometimes honesty can be harsh, but you know he's not pulling punches with you and he's never mean about it. It's just like, hey, I see this. And sometimes that is a big thing that helps because you're like, oh, I didn't realize you could see that. It's like talking to a friend, but not one who's going to sugarcoat. My goals coming into the boot camp, when I started out, were kind of nebulous and vague because I was at a point where I was going in a new direction. I had met some previous goals and was trying to figure out where I was going. And actually, through my diagnostic call with Demir and working with Demir, that got clarified into I was doing 40 hours of work for 20 billable hours because I was jumping all over the place. So my goal shifted from being a specific monetary volume to doubling my productivity. I've been using my extra productivity and my skills that I've gained to do the work quicker and free up more of my time, but I'm still charging for the same amount of work. But I'm not spending as much time attached to my computer. With my changes in productivity and just being more in control of my time and more productive in the right ways instead of just running around like crazy. Yeah, it's I am definitely finding that I have time in the evenings. Like I can sit down at the dinner table without my phone and just enjoy the time. And I do have more time and I have that ability to give myself permission to take time. I feel so much more calm. My stress level has practically evaporated. Like I go into my day, I used to just start my day so panicked. Like without even realizing it, I went in feeling stressed, went through the whole day feeling stressed, finished the day feeling stressed about all the stuff I still had to do the next day. And now it's just like, no, there's a plan. It's fine. And just the ability to be so much calmer about everything as somebody who actually suffers from an anxiety disorder, and that's a huge part of why I've transitioned to working for myself and working from home, was to manage my stress because it was causing physical symptoms, and my anxiety was preventing me from being healthy and functioning. And so going through the boot camp has enabled me to actually calm and relax and reduce that anxiety to actually get what I needed out of working from home. I actually am currently in negotiation with three new large scale clients, like three big projects, one of which is actually a tie in with the personal stuff I wanted to do. So, what I thought was going to be a personal project that I was going to have to take on all by myself is suddenly developing into this really awesome collaborative thing that could grow into like speaking engagements together and this whole thing. And it's like, I hadn't even thought about it. Like, that's the thing is that now that my own cognitive load is freed up and I'm being more efficient, it's almost like the universe is just kind of sending these things to me. I'm not even looking for them. They're just sort of showing up. And I'm just kind of like, were these here before and I was just too stressed out and busy to see them? Because yeah, it's amazing opportunities have just started landing in my lap out of nowhere. And I think before maybe they were and I couldn't see them because I was just so blinders on, focused on, I have to get this done, I have to do this thing, that I don't think I was even paying attention to anything outside of a little bubble of my work and everything else. So yeah, I'm just so much more calm and relaxed and open to things that they're coming to me, they're finding me. The things that I've changed that I think make the biggest difference are definitely the pre-planning of my week, the effective pre-planning, and really looking for those landmines. Because in the start, I was just like, yeah, this looks a little rocky, but it'll be fine. It'll figure itself out. And understanding where to allow myself extra cushions of time, and understanding that I need to schedule in personal time, self care time, because the pre planning is great. But if you're only pre planning the work and not actually putting in the time to, I'm committing to spending time with my husband, I'm committing to spending time on myself and taking these breaks, I'm committing to playing with my puppy, like, because I was doing this, well, I've blocked my schedule with all of the work. And so now if my husband or my puppy want my attention, it's like, oh God, okay, fine. And so just switching my mindset about like, no, the pre-planning is for everything. It's okay to plan the fun stuff. It's okay to plan and that's been a huge thing because my brain just had this divide of like, this is how you work on work. And then life just kind of happens. But that know that it's all of it affects all of it. The productivity affects my personal projects, my relationship with my husband. It's just knowing that all of these tools, they're not work specific. They're for your whole life. And you have to implement them on your whole life, not just one part of it. Lifehack Bootcamp is great if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you are juggling multiple projects, if you just have one giant thing you're trying to accomplish that you just feel you can't make progress on and you're running all over the place for. But the important thing to remember is you have to be willing to put in the work. This is not things that are just going to get handed to you and everything's going to be instantly better. You have to be the kind of person who's going to push yourself. And if the things get tough, you can't just be like, I'm out. So if you're one of those people that is willing to constantly look at new things and try new things and put effort in, Lifehack Bootcamp will work for you. And you could stop looking at all those other things. The advice that I would have is just make sure you schedule the time. Don't think that you can phone this in, but know how rewarding it will be. It is 100%. It is 150% worth the time and the effort you will put into it. Losing your, Sunday afternoons for a few weeks or your Wednesday afternoons for a few weeks. It's not a hardship. It's a thing. You have to schedule it, and it is so worth it.